Hey guys, Jay Siemens here with Alumacraft. Summertime is upon us and you've probably got a big fishing trip planned. There's a few things that I've learned over the years that has helped make my trips a little more successful, and I'm going to share some of those tips and tricks with you guys. So number one is making lists. I have pretty short-term memory, so I'm making lists for, obviously fishing gear, which is most important in my mind, but clothing, bug repellent, licenses, all those sorts of things. So make a list, it'll help when you're doing your packing. But on the topic of licenses, that's probably the first big pillar of something I dig into. I do my research where I go, and I've kind of broken it into 3 different sectors. But the first one would be the legalities and the regulations. If you are going fishing for muskies, you want to make sure that muskie season is open wherever you're going, right? So you can find this in the local, booklets that get handed out at gas stations, bait stores. Quick Google search for any, province or state you're fishing, and you'll be able to find all that info. So make sure your specific body is, open to fish for that species. Barbed regulations, bait regulations, all those things. Ignorance is not an excuse. So do that research to make sure you're not going to get yourself in trouble. So, now you've picked your lake, you know where you're going to fish, what lures, what sort of areas am I targeting. So that's where the research begins. And that I've broken into 2 other sectors. One is your mapping. It's pretty intimidating when you go to a brand new lake and there's no mapping of it. That can show you where those fish may potentially be, but it can also keep you safe. So there's a few different ways. A lot of these graphing companies will sell map chips. If you don't have a graph on your boat, there's still a lot of companies. There's Navionics, Lake Master, Angler's Edge Mapping. They have apps. You can get them on your phone for $15 to $50, and then you can have that same mapping. So I know some of this sonar gear can be a little over the top, a little expensive, but if you're watching this video, you probably got a phone, download the map, or just buy a paper map, and you can be prepared that way. It keeps you safe, can help you find the fish. And the last thing, finding info that is relevant to your body of water. So that can mean local magazines, that can mean watching fishing shows, or maybe YouTube videos in your area. So if I was coming and had a trip planned, let's say into Texas, and I was going bass fishing in Texas, well, I'd probably go online and search for Texas fishing videos on YouTube or look on TV and try to find some tips and tricks that are localized to where I'm fishing, and that can, show you where to look for the fish, where they might be, at that time of year, and then what baits to use. But those are the couple things that will hopefully help your summer trip be a little more successful. Please don't forget to wear your life jacket, and maybe I'll bump into you on the lake.